Good evening, gentlefolk, and welcome back to Screamily Jolly and to the cat lady. Guess who forgot to save last time and had to replay everything up until now? That's right, me! Or rather, I did attempt to save, but I did press the autosave button before leaving, only there isn't actually a quick save button in this game. So yeah, damn modern games for being so convenient. I've completely forgotten how it is to manually save after every session. But don't you worry, I'll get used to it, or suffer the consequences. Oh yes, we've been here, I remember those brambles. Yeah, yes, in the last episode we got to know Susan, the Joe's neighbor, from the previous game. A 40-year-old woman who attempted to kill herself after I assume, not a very cheerful life, only to be denied death by a terrifying old woman, who informed her that she will keep Susan alive, no matter what she goes through, until she kills 5 people. But she also hinted she might restore Susan's happiness. How she intends to do that, I've no idea. But Susan really doesn't have much choice. There's apparently 5... Oh dear god, that's horrible. There's apparently 5 people, 5 parasites. An interesting word. I believe Susan referred to Joe as a parasite in the last game, before planting a scythe in his back. This is probably the sacrifice of blood. This will probably not be very much fun. But don't worry, she'll survive. She'll survive anything. Ha! That face though. Oh, ow! Ooh! Bleeding bloody hell! Just a scratch! Oh god! Lorelei, you daughter of a bitch. This is not a scratch. And no, I will not make the mandatory Monty Python reference to losing arms and talking about it just being a scratch or a flesh wound. No, I will not. Damn you, and damn you, Michalski. Poor Susan. If this is a taste of things to come, then oh dear. And he seems to have steam on. Brilliant. Oh well, it's a 20-minute recording. Surely no one will write and disturb us. The cat lady. The poor, unfortunate, bloody cat lady. Literally bloody. So, that was fun, wasn't it? Barely mortified. But we cleared the first chapter.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself. But it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas. But my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay? You probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
Ooh, psychiatrist session. Fascinating.
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
All the faces look kind of creepy. Ignore. I would love it if you just shouted it out loud.
Susan Ashworth.
Let's be
Hello,
sensible.
Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable.
We
I
found
can
your
see your
other
brain
arm.
functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience
luckiest.
extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything.
Well,
Take
she's-
care, Mrs. Ashworth.
She's depressed, so she
Please,
should be used
don't
by...
try to speak.
She's used to lethargy, I assume.
What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Found it in all. Sewed it right
Would you
back
like
on.
me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
Oh yeah. She tried to kill herself with a bottle full of sleeping pills.
I'm
So-
sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone.
So this must be afterwards. They probably.
My
found her
name
in
is
the
Liz, by
apartment.
the way.
Hi, Liz.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan?
No.
So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will.
Ah, she's Welsh.
And here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Welsh dialect is fantastic. What is that accent? I can never tell the difference between those two. Dialect with accent. I'm gonna have to look that up. I hate not knowing words. Should it be doing that? That was unnecessary. I liked my skin. Some of it.
Bad dream.
Ignore!
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
I'd like her.
I was burnt alive.
Let's be chatty.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day.
What?
There was this woman
How?
on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all. Not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course, and as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
Yeah. Fag is English for a cigarette. She did not light up an homosexual. That would be rude. Only herself and a room.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills.
Not just some,
And
darling.
I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm. And then...
Interesting choice. Let's go with I'm not raving
I woke
mad.
up here, and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me, and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course.
What?
She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her,
She has
you'd
a
sure
daughter?
be dead now, Susan.
My daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
She's as surprised
She
as I
looks
am.
so pale all of a sudden. Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help.
Fine is a definition.
Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute.
God damn it.
But they managed to bring you back.
Gee,
You went to
thanks.
the intensive care unit where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
My god, I'm not sure she should be telling her patients all this.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person.
Yes, don't
I
compliment
feel
people.
like I
Stop
should
it.
warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X.
What?
He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions.
Not the mad
But
doctor
he's a
from the last
really
game,
great guy.
right?
You should trust him.
I would love that, but probably it's the psychiatrist I saw earlier. Alright,
Tell me
start
more
from the
about
top.
this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward
X
often,
and Z.
usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now, why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure, but it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills. Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so.
Some
That
would argue
girl
yes.
is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe. Tell me something
And the
more
last
about
one.
yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day.
Ow.
Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Alright. Probably going back to the psychiatrist now.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again.
So the doctor
Careful who
goes.
you trust here, Susan.
So the doctor
They will
goes
be
after
watching
anything
you.
with
How
a
do I know
skirt.
you're not one of them?
Obviously knocked up another nurse,
You don't.
and then got her
Do I
moved
really
from
look
hospital.
like a bad person to you?
And she agreed to
I
do
I don't
special
know.
sessions regardless.
Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight.
She sounds like a bright girl.
Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up.
She's
Right.
got cats for that.
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
So this doctor is vastly inferior to the doctor in the last game. But alas, I'm running out of time, so I'll take a break here and we'll resume on tomorrow. Hopefully. I had very little time today. But I digress. Thank you for watching. goodbye and good night. Hopefully there'll be less talking in the next one.